Okie dokie. Part 2, I think. Wow. This one's going to be even harder because, first of all, I don't know where I left off. I kind of messed up the last, what do you call it? The last video, the end of it, I kind of got ahead of myself. I know I haven't shown any proof or anything yet, so let me get to that, and then I'll touch up on how, I gotta redo the last, quarter of the video, of the first video. So this is part 2 and a quarter of part 1. Like I said, I've never done this before. This is all really weird to me. So, yikes, this got really messed up. I uploaded, first of all, I'm in the middle of a lawsuit. Someone stole my air compressor. And second of all, I connected to my mom's cloud. So now I have a bunch of pictures I gotta root through. But anyway, let's go ahead and touch up on the quarter of part 1. Okay, so I left off, what is it? A guy, Steven von Erickson, is that his name? Yeah, I was supposed to do this whole, telling this story with him, and a bunch of weird things happened with my internet and my computers. Like I said, this guy's he's a supercomputer wizard. I don't know if he's working for Comcast. I don't know if he's messing with people's IPs or if I'm just unlucky with my own programming sort of thing. What is all this blood in this picture? But it's the guy, so he gets a big head from doing jobs for Lakewood, Colorado, and he tries to save, their backdoor encryptions and stuff, and it's just, it's encrypted, but he's got if you got a password, you got a password, 8 bits is 8 letters to that guy. It can be a 1080 bit encryption. He just needs to remember the password. Yeah. And so I also love, okay, so there's gonna be a lot of these. So that's Roy. Been keeping an eye on Roy. Why does he go by Roy? He goes by Roy Warren Marshall. Isn't his legal name Steve Quest? So he's a man with a million aliases. October Rains. His birth name, Dale Bennet. Dale Bennet. Yikes, what else? What is his other names? Montegraph. Okay, so they have stupid names. His little pedophile friends have stupid names. Murtaugh's real name is Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger bought a rape van. He got out of prison. I guess someone petitioned the courts, did a little legal action, got him out of prison. He was a serial killer, Whitey Bulger. So Whitey Bulger immediately went into FBI informant witness protection type of thing, and legally changed his name. Where did he get that idea from? Legally changed his name to Murtaugh. Very stupid. Steve Quest is a very stupid name. Another one got in Florida, got caught at a NAMBLA meeting, went into witness protection, FBI witness protection. Where'd they get that idea? He changed his name to Bob Hammer. Bob Hammer, the Slammer. and his friend, the Saw Man, which, you know, there's some dummies. There's some dummies out there that just get caught up, like Cobra. Cobra, he's got a stupid, silly name, but he's just caught up in the mix. He's not really, you know, one of the weirdos. He was just in it for the silly name, you know. What in the fuck is going on? I mean, what's my new name? My new name is I don't know, Officer Flowers. I don't know. They just have silly names. Yeah, so I left off the video talking about Frazzled Rip. And like I said, there's one guy caught in the mix. I don't want to declare his innocence. I don't want to declare his guilt, but he is doing his best to smuggle Mexicans in with a NGO, and he was Clinton's ex-bodyguard. Well, he was also an ex-SEAL, an ex-this and ex-that, but now he's an ex-method. I don't know what they were doing in Florida, but they were definitely taking kids out of Florida. Shoot, do I have the evidence for the Florida one? Let's look up Florida real quick. Tim Holmseth is going to be a good source for a lot of this stuff, especially in Florida. In Florida, there was a Haley Cummings, Kaylee Anthony, Crystal Sheffield murder trial where they used two dummies, FBI informants. I don't know, maybe changed his name to Bob Hammer. Maybe his real name is John Reagan. Why would he change his name legally? I don't know. No guilt there. But two FBI informants with FBI shirts and FBI hats. You'll see Murtaugh, Whitey Bulger, whatever his name is, wearing an FBI hat because he went into the FBI office. And you know, they have a little thing in their head. They think it's smart because the first person to go to the authorities, generally the authorities, they're the plaintiff, and they're playing a chess game where there's black and white squares and there's no shades of gray. Well, whoever goes to the police first, they're the plaintiff. They write the police report. So they go face to face with one police officer. Then all the other police officers and the district attorney, they get a written report and they say, okay, this is what we have to go on. So, you know, nobody looks into it too much further because it's just a cut and dry rubber stamp. Yeah, he did some drugs. He beat his wife. He did that. Boom. That's how the system works. Well, that's how it works, except the exception that proves the rule. The exception that proves the rule is there's no statute of limitations for murder. There's no statute of limitations for rape. You know, like, they don't have to, boom, rubber stamp it and, you know, be on their merry way on to the next drugged in. I don't know, man. These people they're not smart criminals. And, yeah, it's all a big game of their own creation. Hold on, I bear with me. You know, I like doing it, but sometimes it's a struggle. You gotta turn my Wi-Fi on and then search for things. Alright. So let's see if we can't find the Photoshop, the computer wizard Photoshop for evidence in the Haley Cummings disappearance. So Haley Cummings got abducted, and the husband, the dad, think he went to jail for it. But he went to jail for it because the mom was on meth. And the mom got busted by two FBI informants that were dressed up as FBI agents and told Miss Sheffield that if she doesn't do this and that in court and turn her kid over, she's not only going to jail for a lifetime, but she's gonna lose her kid. And it's just a sad turn of events where these people, these pedophiles get their way with children. I don't know how much longer I can stall without just going in and looking for the evidence. Tim Homeseth, American hero. He's just a journalist, guitar player, and kind of like me, just kind of stumbled on. He's probably pretty good at computers. Doesn't really take his, doesn't really pride himself in it. But it's just a bunch of ones and zeros, isn't it? Just like music is just a bunch of notes, just on a fretboard, huh? Just a bunch of ones and zeros. Well, let me paint you a picture then. Doo-dee-doo-doo. Oh, yeah, I'm not too good at YouTube. I'm just starting on YouTube. I took a 10-year hiatus. I just found out that you only get 15 minutes of fame because they're, the 15-minute cities have a lot of celebrities in them and not enough time. You know what I mean? Did I go into pseudo environments? So Hollywood's a pseudo environment, right? We're gonna stall a little bit. Hollywood's a pseudo environment where MK Ultra, they tried to just do straight drug mind control where they put their subjects on LSD and try to get Sirhan to do the Manchurian Candidate, but there's one little element that's crucial in mind control, and that little element is they have to fear for their life. So you can slip someone some acid and program them and really convince them that their friend is a murderer, that their friend had murdered somebody. He deserved death. His friend, the president raped children. He deserves the death penalty, but they can't put him in jail because he's the president. But those things are just a hard concept. Not the president. Your friend, Sirhan killed the president. Did he? Yeah. So Sirhan has to go and kill this guy, but he's not going to pull the trigger unless he thinks his life is in danger. And so they went to the shooting range with him. They programmed him. They said he was very easy to program. He was the most